All right, so I basically figured I might as well give my opinion on the whole Mayweather Pacquiao situation in terms of the negotiations, whether I believe the fight will happen, and also just my general opinion on the craziness that's been happening these past few days. As far as whether I believe the fight will happen, I truly still believe the fight's going to happen. For May 2nd, I believe it will be announced Super Bowl weekend. Same thing I've always said. I still think the fight is going to happen. But on the subject of just the craziness that's been happening these past few days in terms of the lies that's been put out there in the media and a certain group of people who it is already documented are suffering from a disease known as Pacquiao. To my knowledge, is completely incurable. And they're a shameless group of people. Like I said, the disease they have is incurable. Even if somebody gets put to sleep in 2012, it doesn't fix the disease. Now, what I'm basically trying to say is that how can you be so childish as to go around saying Mayweather needs to sign the contract, whereas here we have the LA Times, and we have, of course, Steven Espinoza. This is a guy who, Showtime executive, right, kind of has a very big say in terms of what goes on at Showtime. I mean, he would know about the negotiations. If anybody would know, he would know. And of course, he comes out and says that the contracts basically haven't been finalized. Now, I'm going to put links to all of these articles, everything, in the description, so you know where to find them, because I do like to use facts. I'm not really one to go off emotions, so I really do like to use facts. Now, clearly states Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao contracts are not crafted yet. In other words, they're not been finalized. So my question to you guys is, what the fuck did Manny Pacquiao sign? Because Showtime executive says the contracts for Floyd Mayweather to fight Manny Pacquiao has not been finalized. So how do you sign a contract that hasn't been finalized? See, it's the joke that has been going on for 7 to 8 years now, which is that Bob Arum has always consistently put lies in the media. Always, consistently, since 2009. This has been going on for a very long time. Okay, but the fact that you guys still fall for these lies is really the shame of the situation. When you're talking about an individual who, I believe as we speak, goes by the name of Bob Arum, this man is a criminal. This man is a convicted criminal. Bribery. Of course, like I said before, he is a liar and a thief. A convicted criminal, like I said, bribery. But you continue to believe the things that he says. And that is why it's asinine. That is why it's childish. That is why you show me every single sign of dehydration. That is why the disease is Pacquiao, because you always believe what this man says. As far as Pacquiao saying Floyd needs to sign the contract, Pacquiao is a dummy, because this is a man on a string. Okay, we have to first understand that Manny Pacquiao is a man on a string. Okay, he's a puppet to Bob Arum. So Bob Arum is going to tell him to go out there and say certain things, and Pacquiao is going to say it because Arum tells him how to dress, what to eat, what to do, who he's going to fight. This is a man who is on a string. That is what I just said previously. Let's just take a step back and take a look at the situation. You guys are saying Mayweather needs to sign the contract. Steven Espinoza is saying the contract hasn't even been finalized. Let's just read something from this article. Keep in mind, like I said earlier, this is from the LA Times. Steven Espinoza works for CBS in Showtime, right? Because CBS owns Showtime. Do you understand that Steven Espinoza stands to lose his job if he was to come out to an institution like the LA Times, which is a very credible institution? If he was to come to the LA Times with misinformation or lies, he stands a very good chance of losing his job. Okay. Any of you, you don't go to credible institutions as an executive of Showtime and lie. Okay, that's grounds to lose your job or something like that. So Steven Espinoza is obviously not going to be coming here to the LA Times and making stuff up now. This isn't what happens in the real world. I don't know how it happens wherever you guys are from. And by you guys, again, I'm talking about the people with the incurable disease. Now, let's just read something from the LA Times. Steven Espinoza, Showtime executive, clearly says, right? This is what the article says. Arum has been saying a lot of inaccuracies. Okay, there is no contract awaiting Floyd's signature, and Bob Arum knows that. We can really end the entire video right there, because Bob Arum for years now has always done this. He's always done this. He's put the lies in the media. Bob knows that there's nothing for Mayweather to sign. Are you guys really that stupid? HBO and Showtime are negotiating this fight. Again, Steven Espinoza continues, no one is waiting on Floyd, and for Bob Arum to say otherwise is a misrepresentation of the facts. Now, I ask you guys a question. What does Bob Arum do best other than misrepresentation? It's a rhetorical question. Do you guys need to understand that HBO, and by you guys, I really need to stop saying you guys. Obviously, there's a group of people who watch my videos who are sane, logical, reasoning. You know, they use reasoning, they use logic, they're very intelligent people. And I hate to use you guys because I feel like you're going to be listening as well, and it's like I'm talking to you guys, but I'm not talking to the sane individuals. I'm talking to the people who are suffering from dehydration. I'm talking to the people who don't give their brains enough oxygen. We know who I'm talking about. These are the people with the incurable disease. Now let's take a look at the fact that HBO and Showtime are the entities which are performing the negotiations. That's what people need to understand. Okay, so let's understand that HBO and Showtime are the people who are negotiating this fight at this point. Okay, these are the entities that are in negotiation, right? There's so much that still has to be done. You have to talk about the rebroadcasting of the fight, and there's other types of financial splits that HBO and Showtime need to come to an agreement to. This is the real reason the fight hasn't been finalized. That's why Steven Espinoza is telling you the contracts haven't been finalized, man. You guys need to think. Now, all this talk about Pacquiao signed the contract, the first thing I'm going to say is there any proof that he signed the contract? Give me links, give me documentation, give me any verifiable evidence. But no, the thing about you guys is emotional. So you're never going to have proof for anything that you say. It's always based off emotions with Pacquiao. So you believe he signed the contract, right? You believe he signed the contract. Whereas Steven Espinoza is basically asking, Manny, what fucking contract did you sign? Now let's even try and understand that Pacquiao, he is just an employee of Top Rank. He's just a fighter, so he can only agree to the fight-related aspects of any contract or any negotiation. Things like drug testing, things like how much he's going to make on the split in terms of the money. And that is also limited to the degree based on, you know, with respect to his contract with Top Rank, because it's Top Rank that negotiates for Pacquiao. Top Rank handles Pacquiao's fight negotiations. Pacquiao is just an employee of Top Rank. He can only agree to certain aspects of things. Okay, that's something that you guys need to understand. And there I go again saying you guys. That's something that these people suffering from pactardation need to understand. Pacquiao can only agree to the fight-related aspects of things. And Steven Espinoza already told you the contracts haven't been finalized. So why are you saying that somebody needs to sign the contract? What fucking contract did Pacquiao sign? I ask you that question again because he's talking about he signed the contract, but Steven Espinoza is saying the contracts haven't been finalized. So what did he sign? And do you have any links? Do you have any documentation, any proof, any photocopies of the contract being signed? No, but you believe it because you see, the thing about you guys is a religion. That's what I said in my other videos. You're religiously in love with this man. So therefore, that takes you to the point where you believe convicted criminals like Bob Arum and what they have to say. So let me know what you guys think. Leave some down in the comment section. You know I always get to the comments.
And I made $1 million in 30 minutes. And I'm riding clip with 30 in it. In your head I put about 30 in it. When them shots hit 'em.